Hi there. My name is Dr. Allison Bogan, and I am a chiropractor, and I own Precision Chiropractic in Williston, Vermont. I am also the visitor host coordinator for Shelburne BNI. And today I'm just going to give you a little bit more information about what the visitor host coordinator role entails. And so I got into the visitor host coordinator role just a few months after I joined my chapter, and I've been in that role ever since. I've had a lot of fun. So it's been probably almost 3 years in this role. So I can tell you quite a bit about it. So let's start with what the role entails. So basically, the biggest job that you have is to welcome the visitors and guests. The title says it all. But to make them really feel welcome and to take care of them when they get to the meeting. So they show up often not knowing what to expect, not knowing the majority of people in the room, and it can be pretty intimidating. And so your biggest job as the visitor host coordinator is to make sure that that person feels welcome, that they have a heads up of what to expect during the meeting. Remind them that they need to give their 60 seconds. Sometimes they show up not knowing that, and that's a pretty big anxiety producer for some people. So to remind them that they do have 60 seconds to share about themselves, their business, who they serve. I always say, any key words you want the members to remember you by, make sure that you let us know. And also make sure that they know the lay of the land. Basically, where are the bathrooms? If you guys do have coffee at your meetings, if you have the opportunity, serve coffee. It's a favorite for all the visitors and guests. But make sure they know where everything is, so that again they feel more comfortable. You want to keep the visitors and guests always in the know, so that they have some grounding to go on. You're going to be introducing them to other people in the chapter that you feel that they could build some good relationships with, either good referral partners or people within a similar business, similar contact sphere, as it were. So you're going to be introducing them to the members. You're going to make sure that they have a seat, that they know where they're sitting, that they have the paperwork that they need. If your chapter has an agenda, all of those things, the weekly printout, so that they have as much information about the meeting as possible before it starts. So again, the whole goal is just to make sure that they feel comfortable and that they have a sense of what to expect, so that they can feel more at ease at the meeting. Another job that you have as visitor host coordinator is to introduce them. So after the meeting starts, you're going to be introducing all of the visitors for that day. And so that's another, again, chance to just make sure that the people who are at the meeting, that they feel, you're excited that they're visiting, right? You kind of set the tone for them at the meeting. You are the first person that they see when they walk in the door. You're the first person that greets them. So you are basically the first impression of your chapter. And their first impression of what they're kind of getting into at the meeting. And so the visitor host coordinator role is a pretty big one within the chapter, just because it's, when we invite people to the chapter as visitors or guests, they have the opportunity to join the chapter if that's what they want to do. They also have the opportunity to continue to network with the other members in the group. And they also then have the opportunity to seek services from your chapter. And so those are all things that we want to, when the visitor has a great experience of the meeting, these are things that make it easier for them to do those other things. So we want to make sure that we do our role as well as we can. And a lot of that is just making sure that that person in front of you feels welcome and that they know that you're excited that they're at the meeting. Let's see, some key qualities that are important for the role is, just being warm and approachable as a person. So again, that somebody walks in the room and you're you're going up to them. They don't have to come to you. You give over maybe sometimes more information than necessary, just so that, again, they feel welcome, that they get a sense of connection right away from the moment they walk in the door. Just caring about people in general, being a people person, wanting to take care of, again, the person right in front of you. Big job. It's good to have some multitasking ability, have a good sense of organization in your mind, and then also just a genuine excitement that the visitor or the guest is at the meeting. Let's see. And then I guess finally I'll wrap up with some benefits of the leadership or the visitor host role. So one of the benefits is that because you're a visitor host coordinator, you're also on the leadership team. So you attend those monthly meetings. You can keep a little bit more of a deeper pulse on the whole chapter as a whole. And I think that's, when you involve yourself in the chapter, to have that deeper pulse, to have some deeper input into the workings of the chapter, I think that's a really great way to just stay connected in the chapter that you're in, and to also have some maybe deeper influence in your chapter. Also the benefits are, they are the visitors and guests are you're the first person that they meet when they walk in the room. So again, if you make a good connection with them, they're going to remember that. I often get visitors coming up to me after the meeting's over just to say thank you for such the warm welcome, and it leaves a impression on them. And so, as a visitor host coordinator, you have a lot of more. You have the opportunity to have more touch points, as it were, with those visitors and guests, and so it can lead to better connections with the people who come into the chapter to visit. And you do, because you are introducing the visitors every single meeting, so every single week, you do get to work on your public speaking skills, which is, always a benefit. And so over time you get, again, more and more comfortable with just speaking in front of a group and having, all eyes on you, as it were. And over time it gets more and more comfortable. And like I said in the beginning, it is... I've had so much fun in this role, and again, it's just because you're meeting people, you're taking care of them and making sure that they feel welcome and that they're having a good time at the meeting, and this can be a really fun role for people. So that's all I have to share with you about the visitor host coordinator role, and have fun with it. Yeah, signing off.